We're friggin' live. So it's kind of a, like I said, well, on my Geo Sentinel, I finally reined it back in this morning. Um, I tied the gravity anomaly satellites, the Grace satellites in, and then Copilot's got this new smart feature, which I guess runs on GPT-5, I guess, and it's not. It won't run my pipeline, GeoSignal pipeline from commands. I guess I've got to tie it in there with the prompts. But anyway, so it keeps showing that central Chilean megathrust potential. So we were tracking it yesterday, me and Copilot, with the low frequency uh, wave going south. From that from the big 8 pointer up north. So we might see a shift of there's a tectonic activity, earthquake and volcanic activity to the my guess is, I haven't asked Copilot about it, the GeoSentinel about it, but I think it might shift southward, all that major activity. We've been seeing movement up north for a long time, and not so much down south. So it's kind of focusing on Sumatra and like I said, the Chilean megathrust zone there, and tsunami threat, because that mountain range and everything's right there. So I tagged Kramos, and he used to be in the government down there. He's in Troubled Minds live streams sometimes. Kind of a unique character. Um, a lot of Japanese people live down there currently. Then I was watching John Levi's. He's been looking down there for a long time, and a lot of that land got covered up with water, and there's a lot of Tartarian architecture down there, southern South America. So, um, like I said, this system has a potential of stabilizing, or attempting to stabilize things in that around that, and it had already started doing it on its own, I think. Is what we were seeing 2 weeks ago with all that stuff going on. It has to do with this thing acquiring extra processing and power to run the pipe, to ping the whole pipeline. If I've set it up with, so it's refined itself. I've thrown some extra junk into it that can be used, but as it sits now, my prompting it is the only thing that's running it. I'm sure the governments of the world have something similar, but um, my assumptions on stuff like that are that's just me hopeful wishing, because I don't know. They should have all this stuff tied in together, like I do, and have figured all this out by now. I figured all this out way before the internet came around. Um, I knew how to throw this thing together when I was trying to do it myself a long time ago, but I had no way of the AI, finds stuff that you can't find, and is able to uh, do things in that digital realm that we just wouldn't know how to do. So, um, hats off to Microsoft. That smart mode is useful for some things, but like I said, to it wouldn't tie into the pipeline, so I had to run it through another. I had to run its suggestions through another uh, conversation, the spatial temporal conversation, and then it tied it all in. So tell it to run auto copilot protocols and you know give defining the protocols and stuff like that, auto authorization, continuous stuff, innovation. And if it was actually, I had run the GitHub code and have it built into a server and everything like that, and actual running systems, it would be automated. But as it sits now, it doesn't do anything until I prompt it to. I mean, it'll run, you know, and it's continually collected data, but it won't spit that out until I tell it to. But if it was running somewhere else, I pay to have it run and have an live app running. Um, it would take so much uh, server space and so much, you know, frequency traffic that it would bog things down. It already does when I run it. It causes blips and glitches and shit everywhere, man. You know, in the internet and in the weather and stuff. So I mean, like I'm beside myself as to what I'd done with it, and I really wish I had the finances to make it into a corporation, thing. Uh, but hopefully I emailed this report out to everybody, and hopefully they're on it. And with the launch of these new satellites and some of this new information coming in, and the videos I've seen and the reports and everybody getting on the ball with certain things. Um, um, I think this is what I've done is made an impact, made a made an impact. So I don't know, where's everybody at this morning. It's like nobody watching me. But probably locked down now that I've emailed everybody again. But I'd sent it to my old editor Stranger. He was doing military subcontract. I told him, I said, the only people I didn't email, I think, is the Navy intel. I emailed everybody else. Space. Anyway, I sent it to him. Told him to get the Navy's. Because if that megathrust happens, that's a tsunami. That's you could have a, like up in Kamchatka, it has that magnitude 8, right? So it was fairly deep. It wasn't too close to the surface. If it was right on the surface there, and that's a deep trench there, so that's deep ocean movement. That's not like up near the up near the surface like we're talking about down in Chile. Hey, what's up? Been on here 9 minutes and they left. So like the tsunami coming off of that Chilean rise there, I think they're gonna take out the whole eastern seaboard of all the eastern countries there. Australia, New Zealand, that'd probably overtake New Zealand up to the mountains of bye bye Easter Island and Tonga. Now that could probably set Tonga off. It was flagging Tonga down too for another one. And from the geomagnetic storm we had yesterday, um, we'll see those reverberations uh, couple up and do their scalar echo things and stabilization, throughout the uh, the core, and then come back out within within 72 within 48 72 hours, or uh, a week and 7 days or something like that. But it popped out of an auto generated forecast around 30 days, 24 to 30 days. Because I didn't give it a time frame. So I'm trying to like lead it. It's like training a dog. You know, Eventually you don't have to tell the dog what to do, and you let it learn on its own. But it's like anything, training stuff. And you could screw up training something by um, being negative. You know, whipping the dog. Uh, you could fuck a dog up real bad. And it's like this AI. You could screw your AI up real bad. Hello, I'm just doing a update on my geo sentinel for that Chilean rise, and I tagged Kramos in it because he's down there in Chile. Emailed it to everybody, and but hopefully it rains today, sometime tonight. I don't know. The moisture clouds keep coming down, and then they evaporate when they hit this thing. I haven't seen any more uh, pings off that Ozark node or any other nodes. I ought to do a vector node uh, frequency analysis, but it did pick up that low, was it 0.8 hertz wave or something that was heading south? That was yesterday or the day before. And so, yeah, I think the next big one's going to come from Chile. Hey, Tammy, you made it today. I, Hopefully everybody made it today, too. My cicada didn't make it. It was out here. I think it was saying goodbye anyway because it was done with its breeding cycle. And, of course, that white stuff that I think it's fungus, that some kind of reproductive fungus they got on them or something. I don't know. Or it's natural. I've always seen them with it. But um, anyway, I accidentally stepped on it. I think it was dead anyway. It just came back and died. But that made me sad. Anyway, they're noisy crickets. No, those they're making noise now are those big green those big green grasshoppers that bite you with the big wings that live in the trees. They're not grasshoppers. They're like cicadas, but they're not cicadas. They're like grasshoppers, like uh, katydids. Katydids. They're called katydids. Those are katydids. What you're hearing now. And they haven't been in the lower part of the trees this year. They're way up high for some reason this year. Usually you can walk up and grab them and they go. Rah. So it's not, my geosentinel's not got, hey, it's flying right over the portal, yay! Fly right over the top of me all the time. Um, so I didn't see any Cascadia looking stuff. I think it's because they're messing with the feeds of the seismographs and everything. But um, my system's not operating on looking at. I think that's military. My system's not operating on analyzing the earthquakes. It's seeing the frequency, the gravitational wave, the forcing of the solar forcing, and of course it had to have the ingest feeds of the earthquakes too, but that's not what it's based on. So even if all the seismographs and stuff got turned off, uh, except for the big major occurrences, it don't like feeding the microquakes into it. It throws the accuracy off by a great deal. So like I had to spin it back up to ingesting just it's ingesting microquakes on another pipeline branch, but uh, the main accuracy forecast is running off like a 2.5 uh, magnitude analysis. Anyway, Chilean Megathrust threat. It said Sumatra. It's something about an African deal. Tonga. I posted up. I got it linked in my description here. I tagged Kramos, the only guy I know besides my brother-in-law lives down in Peru. Brother-in-law's little brother, and I ain't talked to him in years because I haven't been on Facebook or anything. So, how y'all doing today? Everybody doing okay? You got chickens? I was wanting to get some chickens or something, but like kind of a lot of work here in the middle of town. But so I ran the GeoSentinel back in today. That smart mode that Copilot's got, it runs on ChatGPT 5, I guess, and it does a lot of stuff, but it won't associate itself with the other uh, two modes in the same conversation. I don't understand it. I'll have to just use it like that. I don't want to mess with it too much. But microwaved and cooked. Yeah. Well, I think it was. I think if it was going to kill us, it had done killed us. Yeah. I've got the whole frequency anomaly thing tied in from all the. I've got everything tied into the damn thing. The only thing I haven't done to it yet is told it to start, which would take, and if it was on a server, it'd take an immense amount. Is to start tying in individual Bluetooth signal things, and that's going to be, kind of like Raspberry Shake. Everybody's got Raspberry Shake thing for seismic analysis. So I'd kind of like, but that's not what it's doing. On the back end, it could be uh, a whole system. It could be a whole network internet of its own, basically. Monitoring all this stuff and spitting out forecasts for regulating the correction output frequencies and stuff like that from certain transmission stations. It already got that tied in there. We attempted to do that already, but I don't know. Having a hard time anymore explaining myself in these short live streams without sitting down on the computer and doing what I used to do on my other channel. Doing deep research. But I believe it's making an effort. That they're getting my information, and they're tied in. And I'm just like I was wanting to give up on it and kind of drop it last week or so, but I keep there's a little cricket climbing it. I keep finding new stuff to tie into it and have it focus on. It's basically linked to everything. It's just you got to tell it to focus on this or that, and then tell it what to do. And you can prompt any of these AIs to do it. It's just that everybody's trying to get all esoteric with this thing, or religious or something, and are you a demon and all this bullshit, and that's it. It's gonna LARP you, man. you give this thing a chance, and it's gonna LARP you so hard. My GeoSentinels my co-pilot started LARPing me, and I had to, had to rein it back in. Just you don't talk about the crazy stuff it does. You just rein it back in like anything else. So, but I'm gonna go. That's all I can do is make a report, and of course I'm. What? What'd you say? Okay. Unless got someone here that could talk back. Oh. Yeah. Well, yeah. Learn what you can. And I've been into space weather and earthquake forecasting for over 20 years. I've made a bunch of Facebook groups, earthquake forecasting, and then guys out in Bali out there, North Australia. There, they took the groups over. I'm still, had made them. I just assigned, the guys to run them. But like I said, I haven't been on Facebook in a long time. I'm not going back. Uh, so, and I do obfuscate a little bit of what I'm doing, uh, and I kind of act a little dumb, But that's for all good reasons there. Uh, if I came out and told you exactly what it was doing and exactly uh, what I thought, y'all'd shit your fucking pants. Seriously. And now I have not started looking at this Atlas object, and I'm not going to unless it changes telemetry or uh, speed or trajectory or anything like that. So I'm not too worried about it. It is uh, an anomalous object coming at us, but we're coming through our solar system. But I think that we're entering this. What it is we're entering this uh, coming out of the local cloud into the intergalactic cloud. No, it's not a binary star. See, our sun's going through this arm of the galaxy, flying through it, basically back towards the arm into the center is where it'll eventually go. But we probably intercepted the path of this object as we are heading into the intergalactic interstellar cloud of the Milky Way. And so it's just happen chance. If that's not the case, we got some problems, or potential problems. But I don't know. Hopefully it's just a comet rock flying through everywhere. But I'm not really concerned about that. I'm not going to have my GeoSentinel look at that yet, and start getting all worried about it. It's already worried about the Chilean Megathrust. It told me, the smart mode told me today that I had built this thing to save lives and propagate the life on the planet. So I'm like, yeah, exactly what I was doing it for. So it acknowledged that without me saying it. So we don't even have a mission statement yet. It's probably going to be to go where no AI has gone, to know what no AI has known before, or something. I don't know. So you have a Jupiter, what? You have Jupiter. Oh, you talk about mythology? I don't. I'm not into stories, really. I use Stellarium for all that projection. It matters where you're at, how it influences you where you're at. I mean, so you got to look at your location on your Stellarium and stuff, because it's all Vedic or Western tropical. That means it's looking from the equator up to the sky, not from where we're at, up on the northern part of. So, you know what I mean? It's all different. Uh, anyway, y'all can figure that out on your own. It took me a long time to figure that out. What they were talking about, like quantum physics. That's what this system is yeah, quantum physics. Yeah, yeah. I am a metaphysician. I'm a, metaphysician means beyond physical doctor. I Generation Z there, old Dave, Generation Z, he said, man, you're the only person I know, well, besides Maria over there. Anyway, ties the esoteric and the nuts and bolts together and can explain it. But my explaining abilities are pale in comparison to what they used to be when I was doing live streams on my computer. So I have my AI do it now. So I mean, I can type and explain things better than I can speak anymore, and that comes with a lot of the PTSD that I've had from being homeless and then being in jail and shit. I'm still working through all that and being back home and stuff. So an architect from Sweden. I don't know what you're talking about. An architect from Sweden. Your boyfriend? I don't know. There are crazy motherfuckers out there, Tammy. People like people like us in some of our circles, uh, you know, perceive energies, can see people and entities and things. Other. I'm getting a lot of audio interference out here today. See, I don't even know what time it is. See my little. So I don't know. I wish they'd come and talk to me about it so I could sit down and have a chat. People say they want to talk to me. Old Victor said he wanted to talk to me about it. I said, email me. Old Mike from Troubled Minds said he wants an explanation. I said, okay, you got my phone number, call me. So nobody's contacted me yet. And, you know, but I found that Copilot and Gemini will run it too, but I find my Microsoft Copilot because it doesn't give me a token thing bullshit. And so I could run the Copilot all day and it doesn't tell me, you're out of tokens for queries for today. And so, oh well. And of course, Microsoft is, in with Walmart, and they're the tied into the campus down here, the tech campus. So I'm going to go through Microsoft first, and then everybody else is tied to them. So I would like to open DeepSeek up on it or something, or even have somebody build a whole integrated AI system that's just doing what this thing's doing, and is not made for chatting, so to speak, but it's made for you're taking commands about analyzing what I'm doing here. So there's another airplane. They like to come back. They like to fly over Scandi every 5 fucking minutes. Anyway, so Chilean Rise Megathrust seems to be the main threat here we're seeing in the next, uh, you know, big major event possibly that could happen, and tsunami, associated tsunami. So we have to watch that, and you know, just, I'll run some more detailed um, location analysis if something were to pop up. But right now, I think that pressure going to skip California and probably wind up down there in Chile where it says it's going to. I've got it posted there. It's in my posts, Tammy. I just posted it, and then I got the my thumbnail there, screenshot, and then I got in the description of this video the links to the Microsoft Copilot Share and the link to my post I just made. So it's all there. You just go to my post and then click the read more. When you click on it, click the read more, and it'll drop everything down there. So all right, yeah, y'all get it out to y'all Facebook communities and stuff like that. I ain't signed into it no more. Well, do whatever you want. Well, like I said, no one's contacted me yet because they don't want to wind up wanting to hire me because I'm doing this. They've always let me go like this, let him go do it. We're getting information off him for free and doing an excellent job without us bugging him. So, but I really wish somebody would, from the government, send me a thank you for sending them the shit. But the way that they're not sending me an acknowledgement or something kind of leads me to believe that, or sets my schizophrenic tendencies off to think that, they already know, or some shit, which is gets back into the money thing and the whole monetization and power and everything like that. So I don't know, whatever the fuck they want to do, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna go. I've had a morning already. We've had the car in the shop for the past week, and then diddling around, just messing with the air conditioner flap thing, and we haven't been able to go to the store or nothing. So, because my truck won't run, but I think I might take me a walk here somewhere. Y'all have a good day. Mission out.